What's going on, everyone? I wanted to give a different perspective on trust. If you hear any dogs, I'm at the dog park, the best time to shoot a video. And oftentimes people in a professional environment or even a personal relationship will characterize trust as, I know for a fact Daniel is going to do what he says he's going to do because that's how he always acts. And for me, that's not trust as more as it is consistency and performance and reliance on like do-to-say ratio. When I think about trust and real trust, I think about getting deeper than the average relationship is. And I want to give you a really good example of this. Oftentimes in companies, people really don't know who each other are. And a great way to start developing honest rapport. And what I mean by that is having leaders be vulnerable as one, be honest and transparent about personal struggles and who they really are, creates an environment of trust where people feel like they can also be vulnerable. And when I talk about trust, I mean people just being real, not playing the political bullshit that goes on in so many companies and talking about struggles and like what they're truly facing, right? Like how many bullshit companies are people doing a go around just because they don't feel like they can be honest. That's trust, when people can be honest. So a great way to establish this and start this is getting a group of people or your company in a room. And you probably can't get your company in a room, but getting a group of people, maybe your C-level or your top level leaders, and going around the room and doing reintroductions. My name is this, I'm from here, and the biggest struggle I've ever had, or the biggest struggle I had growing up was. And I want to tell you about a dynamic and a story from one company that was really, really great. There was a CFO who was extremely tight-knit and micromanaging around the budget and the company's finances. It frustrated the absolute hell out of everyone in that company because no one wants to be micromanaged. They did this exercise, and when it got to the CFO, he said his name, he's from Chicago, and he mentioned how he was born in the 50s. Growing up in the 50s, he grew up in a poor household where they rarely ever had electric and sporadically had plumbing. And he said because of this experience as a child, he never wanted to be poor again. He was afraid of it. And that's why he was so tight with the company's finances. Sorry for the dogs, they're just encouraging this story. So in your company, how vulnerable are people? Vulnerability is like one of the base level functions of trust. If people can't be vulnerable and real in your company, you're never going to get to the core of what's actually going on. You'll never uncover like issues that are actually happening, and when you could uncover, resolve, and move forward past issues in real time is when you can explode past your current ceiling of achievement. Thanks.